Hello, you guys. Okay, that was truly let me just go into the chat and make sure you can see me. Hi, everyone. Can you see me? Here I am. Let me say hello. Can you see me? I'm waving as if without this, you might think that you're just seeing your own computer wallpaper or something. Oh, hi, Timothy. Wait, Timothy, how do we say hi in German? I feel like I should know. But the only German that's coming to me is 1, 2, 3, and I speak German. But I don't speak German. Hello, Kelly. Amanda, hello. You found it. Oh, good. Hi, Lisa. Looks like Wendy will be joining us. Oh, hello. Hello. Ray. That's not a funny. It actually is funny. Wendy, you want to join? You guys. I got to play the song. I've got the iPad. I've wrested the iPad away from Elliot and everything. But I had a very harrowing experience. Here, Wendy, come on. Of trying to get this whole thing started. I will explain. Okay, but first, let's do the song. Here's my little very antiquated soundboard app. Okay. Theme song. Oops. Hello, Megan. Megan, I love the pictures of Chloe at your workplace. If anyone doesn't follow Megan on Instagram. A lot of cute photos of her dog at a computer. Okay, let me turn this up. Gotta do that one again. Wendy. She's wanting to be over there. Can you guys hear it? I feel like it's the volume is compromised because my hand is okay. One more time. Speaking of volume, I'm going to talk shit for 1 minute. Oh wait, maybe this is the volume here. I'm going to quietly talk shit. I was listening to an old episode. It was from, I want to say like 2015 when I had just first gone to Dining Room Studios. And it was with Shane Dawson because he's on tomorrow's episode. And anyway, he and I are talking, and then every time the music played or a jingle played or a drop, it was so fucking loud. I wanted to go back in time and yell at Jeff. Instead, I'll just talk shit behind his back to you guys. Okay. All right. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, now for the harrowing experience I had, which will explain why I'm 12 minutes late. I feel like 4 to 6 minutes of that are just me being bad at managing time. Ray, I did not ever see Daniel's dating profile, and I still think about that sometimes. I would like to see it. Okay. So anyway, I will explain all this. Let me just get to my harrowing story. So YouTube has this creator studio that you go to, and they're like, if I were explaining to someone how I do it, I don't even know that I would know. I just sort of, once I'm there, I can find what I need to, and then I go to events, and then you schedule an event, and that's how I schedule all this. Susie Meister, by the way, is the one who explained how to do all this to me. And then to start this, so I do that a few days before, and then to start this whole thing, I go into events, and then it shows your like live event, and then you click start Hangout on air. This just how I do it. However, the Creator Studio on YouTube, they're now rolling out something different. And it's no longer, it's like they've changed the whole interface. And somehow when you're in there, you can get to the old version. And then when you click on old version, but except it doesn't say old version, it just has some icon, and I don't know what it is. It's just an icon of like Father Time. But then it's like, thank you for trying out our new experience. what most explains the reason that you're wanting to go to the old one. And the first thing is like, I have an urgent task to complete and I only know how to find it in the old version. So I had to click that, but I couldn't even find the thing that got me into the old version. And I'm also on my laptop, not my desktop. And it's weird. I feel a little bit hindered on the laptop. So I was so like, I'm so late. I can't figure out how to do this, that I wondered if I should just switch to my desktop, but that doesn't have this beautiful background. Anyway, okay. That is Daniel's mom gave me this really lovely gift, and it came in that bag. And I had not fully unpacked the gift. And I think she might actually, Diane, if you're watching this, hello. I want to let you know that in the course of moving, I know that you were helping us a lot, and you might have seen that I have that bag there, and you might have thought, oh, she didn't even unpack my gift. I did, and I love it. And I even, one of the little cosmetic bags so it was this beautiful purse that she gave me, which is, you can see that black bag, and it had the purse in it. That's like the thing to protect the purse. And in the purse were little cosmetics bags, which is awesome. She gave me one of my favorite cosmetics bags, which is, it's red vinyl, and it's got a Cavalier King Charles on it. But anyway, I used one of those bags when I went to the hospital to have Owen, so thank you. And I just realized there's a stuffed duck in there, which I've now given to Elliot. Okay, so that's that bag. And it's such a pretty bag, the bag of bags. It's like Russian nesting bags. So the bag, though, is so pretty, I can't throw it out. Anyway, what else? What else? I used a new sunscreen today. Normally I use Kiehl's, but I had this Super Goop. It's called Super Goop Unseen, and it's just like a silicone gel, not unlike the Monistat chafing gel that I put between my legs during pregnancy. But anyway, I use that, and I'm thinking it's making me a little shiny, but that's okay. Okay. Ooh, Jenna is texting me. Let's read it. Okay. I had texted her to say, oh, there's still 3 dots, you guys. Let me see. Jenna says hi, everyone. Let's see. Okay. Hi, you guys. If you're ever wondering what I look like when I read a text, this is what it is. Okay. I had asked Jenna if she would have time to join us today, but I asked her very last minute because, man, having 2 kids is making me not good at everything. And I don't mean normally I'm good at everything and I'm no longer good at everything. I mean, I feel as if I'm failing a little bit at everything. And Greg Fitzsimmons and I got into this on the episode of Childish that you'll hear Wednesday. I feel like at the beginning it was going really well. In fact, Dustin Goot, whom many of you guys know and who I miss, whom, I don't know. I feel like whom sounds pretentious even though it's correct. Sort of like that thing, which recently I found out is no longer a thing anymore, but how you're not supposed to end sentences with prepositions. So let's say you're trying to say to someone like, oh, who's it from? I guess you technically would say from, no, I don't even know. See, this is what I'm saying. Like my brain is just, I'm still buffering constantly. What I was trying to say though is I feel like I'm just at the beginning. Sorry, hang on. Allow me to back up. Let me see if I have a drop to illustrate what's happening right now. I don't think I do. I need some kind of like, no, I really don't. But for anyone whose brain is working right now, here's what I have to say.
I see that you've done something that I really want to do, and hooray for you. And now you're getting kudos while I sit here getting screwed. Hooray for you. I am so very happy that this fortune came your way. I didn't mean to say you don't deserve to have your day. However, you'll forgive me if I feel compelled to say hooray for you. Okay,
So Dustin asked me how's it going having 2 kids? And this was like, I don't know, within the first week or 2. And I said that it's actually not as bad as I was expecting it. And he said that was different than what not as bad as I was expecting it to be. And he said that was different than what all of his friends said and made him more hopeful about potentially having a second. No one's pregnant yet or anything, but I think the plan is eventually to have another kid. So I was feeling good about myself. And then I thought, well, maybe it's just that I had been so afraid of it. But now all of that equanimity is just gone. And I'm feeling very much like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And I just feel like I'm messing up as a mom all over the place. And you're kind of catching me at a low point. Although right now we have a new couch and I'm remarkably comfortable on it. So is Wendy. Okay, let's see here. You know what? That's Rafi, that is Wendy snoring. Look, we have a couple celebrities joining us.
Okay, we got a hiccup boy.
Oh, wait, okay. Hi, Owen. Hi. It's Owen, you guys.
Hi, everyone.
Well, we can't see your face, Daniel.
I know. They don't need to see my face.
Yeah, they want to see your face.
Hi. Mr. Owen's got hiccups. He's fussy, man. He's Mr. Fussy guy a little bit.
Thank you, Becky. Becky, how are you doing? So anyway, I feel like some questions went by that I missed. So anyone who asked questions, like a sidebar, anyone who asked questions, you can ask them again and I will answer, because now I'm done telling you my saga of my inability to join this because I'm too old for YouTube. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Becky, you're recovering. I don't know if I know what, and I also don't know if you want to talk about what's going on in the chat, but you had filled me in a little bit, but I forget if I knew the whole story. Ray says, I think the jury is still out if he's a Daniel clone. I think that's a joke though, because everyone, oh honey, it's okay. You can what? No, it's okay. Do you want to sit and then you can join?
Oh no, I'm fine.
Okay. Megan has a question for you. Can you read it? Oh, honey.
Is it cut off or is that the edge of the?
That's the edge. Oh, hey. Wait, hang on. Let me just flip him around. Okay. Oh, shh.
He's been fussy. I don't know. He ate. What was it you said? Smelling a baby's head signaled. I'll sit like this.
The same something in your brain is the relief. I think in your brain is like when you're hungry.
So they did some research where they put monitors on the heads of women. They only did it with women who had just had babies or recently had babies, and then they took a piece of clothing that had been worn by a newborn for a long time, so it had the smell of a newborn's head or something. Yeah, it's like their cap, I think it was, and they had them smell it,
sweetie.
and it lit up the part of the brain that is lit up when it's the same part of the brain that's lit up when you have gone a very long time without eating and finally have some food. And it's also the same part of the brain that's lit up.
It's the nibbles section.
Yeah, when addicts get a hit after not having their drug for a while. So my description of that is like, it's like relief, right? It's like a deep sense of relief. And it's obviously like nature's way of making you want to take care of these little guys. Mm-hmm. But
sorry, go ahead. Sweetie. I think I can't in this position.
Yeah, it's a stronger reaction in women who've had babies, but even women who haven't had babies have it. It's just
we got to get more of Daniel in here. Here, let me scooch this over. There we go. Okay. So the question was, did something get me into Cavalier King Charles? So my mom's dog's trainer, my mom's dog, my mom's dog trainer. I guess that works. When Daniel and I were looking for a dog, she had said, you know, what's a really sweet dog? Cavalier King Charles. They're like really nice. And so
good family dogs, good babies. You don't need that much of me.
But I feel like it's weird to just have like that, just your mouth. Then you're just a disembodied
I'm just
mouth.
moving around a lot. That was the problem.
That's okay. I think we can handle that.
Hi.
So anyway, we looked around at different dogs. By the way, I wanted to rescue at the beginning, and I spent so much time.
We looked at rescues.
Contacting people on Pet Finder, and anyway, though, so we ended up getting Oliver, who was a Cavalier King Charles, and kind of just fell in love with the breed. Well, we fell in love with Oliver when we thought it was the breed mostly.
Well, it is the breed.
It is the breed. Wendy just might be an exception.
Wendy,
we love her, but she's crazy.
Wendy is crazy because we did not put in the work to train her when we got her. And so now she's crazy.
Yes, but also, do you think it's totally us, or do you think it's a little bit that we got her when she, like, so apparently there's like a window where dogs can be socialized the most and are the most receptive to training and stuff like that. And we got her, like, they have to be exposed to X, Y, and Z when they're, 8 weeks old or whatever. And we got her after that. So it's really not our fault. And it's also very much our fault. Okay. But they are very sweet dogs. They're also like I don't know. I think for our next dog, I don't think I'd do Cavalier King Charles again. Okay.
I would.
You would?
Mm-hmm.
They have so many health problems though.
Well, I think I would do I think I want to do a rescue just because
me too.
of the guilt.
Yes, totally.
But they're a great breed.
Yeah, they are.
They're like a perfect.
They're just very
breed.
Inbred.
Oh, honey.
But yeah, they're, in terms of how they are around kids, they're very great.
Different.
Okay.
Different.
Oh no, Becky has C. diff or had C. diff.
Oh no.
And as I think someone else commented, yes, that is what Tig Notaro had. That sounds
Jesus
like hell.
Is that Becky?
Yeah, Becky McClure.
Becky, get better.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Scrolling too fast. Oops. No, I went too far back. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm buffering. Sarah is sewing. What are you sewing, Sarah? Oops. Okay. Hey, Allison. Do all the same fears that you had right after Elliot happen with Owen? Not really. I'm trying to remember all my Elliot fears. I've definitely, let me think. I'm trying to remember specifically which fears you're talking about. I mean, I had a lot of weird intrusive thoughts that I've talked about, which is like, I always have to make a disclaimer before I say it because it sounds so cliche and ridiculous, which like what happened to babies in the Holocaust? Do medical schools experiment on dogs? Where do they get them? Like all sorts of just like bizarre, harming, vulnerable creatures and thoughts. Not me harming them, but like in the world, I don't know. Just like obsessive, intrusive thoughts, which ultimately is why I went to therapy in July for postpartum depression. And then I have still been seeing the same therapist and I love her. Or I'm wondering if you mean concrete thoughts, just like what's going to happen? How do I take care of this baby? What if I'm not a good mom? What's going to happen to my career? Who am I? All that stuff. I would say there's a tiny bit of that, but it's much less extreme. In general, I really had a hard time after Elliot. Really, really. And I'm not having that nearly as much. So yay. Okay, and if I didn't answer the question though, be more specific and I will answer that. Okay, still scrolling. Leanne, hello. Oh, Megan held a friend's baby yesterday. Okay, Nina has a cockapoo. Those are super cute. Sarah wants, oops, shoot. Sorry, you guys. Oh, here, okay. Sarah wants to bake in our kitchen. It, open invitation, but it actually is a little bit, it's okay. It's a good kitchen. It needs a little more counter space.
It's a little smaller than it seems.
Yes. These are lemons that Elliot has been picking, and he calls them rivet. That's what it sounds like. He's saying ribbit, like rivet.
Rivets. See, now you get to see my face instead of the kitchen.
Where's little guy in the swing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Kelly says 6 to 14 weeks. I think that's related to
dogs.
Yeah, and we got her at 16 or 17 weeks. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, she was socialized by a pack of cavaliers that were all barky and crazy, so I think that might also contribute.
Oh, Sarah's aunt's dog is a Cavalier mixed with a Shih Tzu. I bet that's a super cute dog. Kelly sees the Miss Myers spray on our counter. Yes, it's basil. Or basil, as I sometimes say, just because it's fun. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. Nina says how he could get hurt. The intrusive thoughts, I had them too. Yes, they're weird, right? My psychiatrist says that when you're tired, your brain can't really defend itself. Or like when you're tired, when your defenses are down, which happens when you're tired, your brain can't defend itself against the intrusive thoughts. Or again, not against the intrusive thoughts, because like the defense against that, I guess, is to just kind of like focus on what's happening in the moment and tell yourself it's just a thought. It's just going to come, it's just passing through. But like they happen when you're tired. Okay. Becky says, I struggled with our recent adoption process for a second dog. None of the agencies we contacted would respond, even if just to say the dog had already been placed. Yes. When I lived in New York, I fell in love with a picture of a dog online named Buttons. I applied for Buttons and I didn't hear back. And I mean, those applications are no joke. It's like I had to I felt like I was writing numerous essay responses to explain why I could provide a decent home for Buttons. And then I found out that Buttons had been adopted, and I found out because I called, and I finally got through to someone. And it was heartbreaking. I think somewhere on my computer I still have a photo of Buttons. Okay. Nina says, I had the thoughts of news stories of little kids getting abused, and it bothered me 100 times. Yes, that I always thought that stuff bothered me, and I always kind of didn't have a high tolerance for disturbing stories. But after I had a child, it was like 1,000 times worse. And I remember, I don't know what made me do that. Well, what made me do this was the beginnings of postpartum depression, I think. But I Googled snuff film, because I was like, do snuff films really exist? And that led me down a very dark path of not seeing any, but just...
I'm agreeing.
I was just looking at the Wikipedia entry, but it led to reading about like really horrible... no one Google this unless you care to, but there's some movie that was made with like 3 kids, and it was like very, 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 very disturbing. Okay. I didn't even see it, but just knowing it happened. It happened in Australia. Okay. How is Owen sleeping? This question might have already been asked. So he's a little bit of a better sleeper at this point than Elliot. He'll go for like a 4-hour stretch between feedings, just one 4-hour stretch between feedings. Otherwise it's 2 to 3 hours. But Elliot, I feel like, was up
2
every.
hours.
Did Elliot even go a full 2 hours?
I think, yeah. I mean, yeah, 2 hours. It was about 2 hours
I
though.
feel like it was
never
like
longer
every
than
hour. Yeah. Yes, Becky is saying in the annoying part, you have to fill out a very detailed application for each dog you're interested in. Yes. Okay, so my Google Drive is filling up. I pay, I don't know, $2.99 a month or something for a little bit of extra space, and I get like 100 gigabytes, and I'm at 99.2. So I know I have to erase stuff. So I'll go into Google Drive and I'll be like, what is it in here that I don't need? And I still have my application, aforementioned application for buttons,
You can still resubmit it. Maybe Buttons
is still around.
Yeah.
Buttons was
maybe Buttons has a picture of you.
Oh my God. On his Google Drive?
On his little, yeah.
Buttons was like a Pomeranian mix. He was so cute.
I would get a Pomeranian next.
They're cute. I feel like they can be a little hyper.
Crazy, yeah.
Anyway, I can't say goodbye to my Buttons application. Okay. Uh-oh, no. Uh-oh. I was reading a comment about Amanda's.
No. Where are we in the comments and questions?
I'm trying to go back because there was something about diarrhea.
Elliot is in the swing.
Oh no, Amanda's 3-year-old has diarrhea and it's been really fun. So much cleaning. Has there been diarrhea in the car seat? Because Elliot now gets car sick. So there's been a lot of vomit cleaning off of the car seat.
Oh, Elliot. Owen's in the swing. Elliot's at the park. Yeah, he pukes all over himself now every time we drive.
That's an exaggeration.
Most times.
And he threw up in the stroller too. Okay.
Diarrhea though.
So Lisa's intrusive thoughts were about eating gross things that would make me gagged. Like what kind of, like gross food things?
What? I don't want to hear.
You do or you don't?
No. I don't want to hear what gross things make you want to throw up.
I do.
Ugh.
Okay.
Love you, Lisa, but I don't want to get sick to my tummy. Oh, rocks, gravel, sand. Okay.
Oh, interesting. There's something. What is it called? Called pica. There's something that some pregnant women get where they have this craving to eat dirt. I think it's called pica or pica or something. Oh no, Amanda's diarrhea.
Yeah, Nina.
Oh, hi Nina. Yes. That's what it's called. Okay. Amanda, that sucks.
Now update. Yeah, we haven't done anything. I'm advocating. Should I tell them what my advocating is for? Jenna related?
Yeah, wait, hang on a second though. Careful with the open invitations. MDR is not that far from you, LOL. MDR.
Marina Del Rey.
Oh. I see. Oh, because I said open invitation to bake in our kitchen. Well, what would you bake? We need to know.
Anything.
We haven't had a Jenna or Al update or recording. Did I miss something?
No, we weren't at the Americana.
Ooh,
Jenna,
who's the Allison-y person?
Jenna sent us some treats as a gift for celebrating Owen, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if Jenna sent us? So our snack chats came from Jenna as Jenna's suggestions, but Allison, of course, has never bothered to follow up on that, so it'll never happen. But
you mentioned this like 2.5 days
imagine
ago.
how great that would be if like Daniel was the producer of this show. But
do you want to be the producer of the show?
No. Can you imagine the nightmare?
Oh my God. You are already a nightmare sometimes.
Me?
Us coordinating on things like family or work is sometimes. You guys, look at this new crease in my neck. What is that? I mean, I guess it's just neck. Maybe it's always been there.
That is from looking down at your phone.
No.
Yep. Your head, your chin is always here. So you're creating a.
No, I feel like it might just be the pregnancy weight pushing up. I don't know. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Anyway. But so Tim, are you saying, did you miss something like what's going on with Jenna and Al, or did you miss something in my relationship with Jenna and Al?
He's asking if he missed an update.
Oh.
There was no update. We haven't updated. We should though.
I know.
Actually, I would like to be updated. I don't even know.
I
I mean,
know.
I only know what they post on social. We haven't really talked to them in a while, but I miss them.
Jenna and I text a lot. We talk about kids.
I don't talk to anybody.
All right. She's been filming her new show.
Jenna's been busy. She's doing great.
Can you tell us what the audition that was rescheduled was for? I don't know. I don't know that many details, and I don't know how many details I can tell you. I can tell you, and also I don't know when it's going to be rescheduled for. But okay, so I'll just tell you a little bit about it. It was like 3.5 weeks after I had Owen, I got this email from my agent, and they want some TV show that's being created wants me to come in and do a chemistry test. A chemistry test is where they're like looking at a few different, usually when there's a group and they want to see like, how people work together. And I have done a chemistry test audition before in the past, and it was like an all day thing because I don't even know how many people were there. It was a show that never happened. But let's say they wanted like 4 hosts or something, a panel. I feel like there was like 15 people there. And so they kept trying different combinations. It was such a long day. Anyway, though, so chemistry tests can be long. So my first reaction was like, oh my God, there's no way I can do this. I just gave birth 3.5 weeks ago. What am I going to wear? I'm not confident in how I look, da, da, da. And then the more I thought about it, I thought it's so cool that I'm even on anyone's radar. My agent didn't submit me for this. They reached out to him wanting me for this. So I have to do it, even though I just have to find the confidence and I have to go in and do it. And then I found out that it was in New York. And that was even worse because I don't want to leave Owen for, it would for sure would be at least one overnight. But then they postponed it, and they're supposed to get back to him like when they have the new dates. So I'm just hoping it keeps getting postponed till I get back into my clothes. But anyway, it is for a comedic Do you want to say what Greg said to me a couple episodes ago, which was, there must be a way to shorten this story? Oh, did you guys hear that? That was my stomach. Anyway.
Long story short.
It's for a TV show.
There's a show.
There will be an audition. It's just a pilot, though. But it's like it would be a big deal if it happened.
Fingers crossed.
But I mean, it hasn't even been rescheduled yet. Oh, and it won't necessarily shoot in New York. It's just auditioning in New York. Okay. Oh no, so Becky was having intrusive thoughts during the illness. Well, that makes sense. That totally makes sense.
I think when you're ill, definitely.
I think, again, between all of us, that doesn't leave this little dome of secrecy. I think I have noticed a little bit of a change in David Huntsberger, which I personally am attributing to his experience with his appendix and all the medical stuff afterwards. I don't actually know that that's what's causing it.
Seems a little more haunted.
Seems a little more on edge a little bit.
Yeah.
But I would be too. I'd be really like, what the fuck just happened? I mean, and that was so ongoing.
I think it was more frightening than he lets on.
Yeah. And I think too, sometimes after you go through a health scare, if everything is okay at the end, it's like you're supposed to be over it, but you're just still processing. I know that you're processing. Like I know that after my dad had his heart attack in 1998, and there's a certain, like, if a heart attack happens in a certain chamber or whatever, I don't know, there's one that's referred to as the widowmaker. Like that's how much people usually don't survive, but he did survive. And I remember afterwards, everything was okay, but he wasn't himself for a really long time. Okay.
Who was he?
He was Merle. Merle is our go-to name for if we just need a name to go to. It's Merle. Okay. Leanne says, so cool that Wendy Molyneux adopted her foster children. I know. I am so happy for her. Also, she's pregnant. It was a total surprise.
Full house.
Yeah, she's going to have a house of 4 boys.
Oh, she's having a boy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Yeah, the foster situation was heartbreaking.
Yeah. Okay, Lisa says, I applied for a cat rescue and they denied me because I would let it outside. That poor cat sat there for months in a cage. Poor cat. They denied you because I'm assuming they only want them to be indoor cats.
Intrusive thoughts. Oh, we watched Leaving Neverland.
We did. It was so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did. Like, I felt this of like, anyone ever messes with my kids, I will kill them.
So many thoughts about that. It's also like, for years there's been this defense of Michael, like, oh, Michael was just a big child. He didn't have a childhood.
I never bought that.
And it's like, that makes no fucking sense. Like, I'm sorry, what? Of course he was a monster.
Wait, okay. Megan says that according to Dan Savage, something doesn't exist. Is that intrusive thoughts don't exist? You know, I don't have the most negative opinion of Dan Savage, but I feel like maybe I need to.
What makes him a fucking expert?
Did you guys watch Shrill? It
like,
was so
seriously,
good.
what the fuck makes Dan Savage an expert in women's intrusive thoughts?
Oh, right.
Like whatever.
What's going on with old slanty glasses? Did you guys watch Shrill? The John Cameron Mitchell character, I believe, is based on Dan Savage, because I know that Lindy West and Dan Savage butted heads. Claire Brockelman, welcome. This might be a first time for Claire to be joining us live. Hello.
Hi, Claire. All right.
Lisa says I'm gearing up. Oh,
Jesus. Shrill was really good, but short. And you can tell, like, they ordered half a season, kind of. And I don't know why. I'm hoping it gets picked up because I'd like to see the rest of the story.
Okay, I'm scrolling up, you guys, because I missed. Oh, my new crease says hi, Megan. Hi, Megan. Hi. Hello. Look, it's smiling, and now it's.
This is the crease here.
No, it's frowning.
Go normal. Go normal. Lower your chin.
Hang on, I gotta reset.
Lower it. No, normal. Just relax. Yeah. See, now it's getting back to normal. This is the crease from the pregnancy chin. You had a pregnancy chin.
I still have a pregnancy chin.
No, it's gone.
No, I don't think it is.
It is. Totally. You had like a huge, like a tumor or something in there.
I did not.
It looked like this.
No.
Hi.
Oh, could you smooth it out? Smooth it out. I want to see what like. Could you walk around just like? No,
Sorry.
Claire, this is.
You don't want this, right?
No, I wanted this smooth. Never mind. This can't be interesting.
Oh my God, who's that attractive lady?
Oh my God, look at her chin. It's so taut. Do I look comfortable? Do I look young and radiant?
This is the first step, and then before you know it, you'll be like that
taping
Catwoman.
Oh, Jocelyn Wildenstein.
Okay.
Look, a little bit of that doesn't look bad though.
Listen, a tiny amount of plastic surgery is good. It's just that it goes too far. I'm gonna get some plastic surgery.
What are you gonna do?
I get like a prosthetic chin. I want one of those like chins that go out.
I don't know that I've seen a chin that goes like that.
Yeah, like I don't have my jowls removed and then put in my butt. I need butt jowls. Look at that. Look at that skull. It's a fucking good looking skull that's covered in fat. All
right, you guys.
Why are you going back so far?
Because we missed some comments about Pomeranians. Oh, here we go. Okay. You guys, I'm sorry that I'm so far behind.
They could be having a whole conversation and you're not aware of it because you're still on Pomeranians.
Sarah says, I was sad all over again for those. I know. Because we're talking about Leaving Neverland. It was so well done, though. But James. James. Yeah, the one who's not the choreographer. I forget what the
He's
choreographer is.
broken.
He
My
seems
heart,
so
my
broken.
heart goes out to that guy.
Yeah. What
He's
was the other
clearly
one's
not-
name?
Eadman.
What was it?
Eadman. Jacobson.
Yeah. Okay.
Google him. He's a choreographer.
Leanne says, I assume animal shelters are easier to adopt from. All we had to do is adopt our cat, was walk in, pick him out, and then pay $100 fee at the Bangor? Bangor?
Bangalore.
Animal. No. Bangalore, Maine? I don't think so. At the animal shelter. Maybe it's different for dogs. Oh, maybe that is maybe a shelter is easier than a rescue. We did go to, there is one shelter we went to. It was very depressing. Palms are crazy. Palms are wild. Yeah, that's what I think. Papillons are a little more calm, I think. Maybe you're confusing Pomeranian with
Part
Papillon.
of the problem with shelters in LA, and maybe it's everywhere, but definitely in LA, is you better like fucking pit bulls and chihuahuas. Because it's all fucking pits and pit mixes, because very, very hard to get something else.
I feel like that's breed racism.
It's not racism at all. I didn't say there's anything wrong with those breeds.
Yeah, but you implied.
I said you better like them.
I do.
That's what they have.
I was looking at a Chihuahua yesterday. I've always had a soft spot for long-haired Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas.
I think I could be okay with the short-haired too.
They're all right.
You're not a big fan, are you?
They're fine.
Are you someone who was not a small dog fan either?
No.
No, you weren't, or
I'm not. No, I didn't like small. I didn't dislike them, but I didn't want one.
I feel like
I prefer like
a lot of people like big dogs, and then they get a small dog, and they're like, "Oh, actually, I like small dogs."
I like a medium-sized dog.
Is that Wendy?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Cavaliers are actually a toy breed. Wendy's just gigantic.
Wendy's a good size. I like a golden or a lab. I love labs.
Goldens and labs are like the same dog except for the hair, right? And slight differences
similar.
Okay. Oh, Kelly, they're working on potty training. We have not started at all, except yesterday when Elliot got up from his nap, he told me there was poopy. Does he call it poopy or poo-poo? Poopy. And he like went over to his diaper table and just stood there, his changing table, which that never happens. Usually you have to chase him around. Usually if you say, did you go poopy? He'll say no. And then if you say, let me change your diaper, he says no. And then you got to run around the house and it's like a whole thing. I was so happy with how easy it was. Okay. Sarah can bake all the things.
Maybe Sarah can come give us a lesson.
Daniel really wants me to learn how to do more than microwave. Oh, Whitney fantasized about sucking on dirt, which I've never
had. The microwave is such a crutch.
Craving crushed ice is a sign of anemia. I didn't know that.
That's interesting. I've been craving crushed ice.
Kelly says, your intro attempt on the latest Thursday episode was delightful. I would love to see a Daniel produced show.
The attempt? Are you talking about the one that I fucked up? Did you play that?
Right. I might have posted it on Patreon.
I wanted to start doing a live stream of the show. I don't know if we'll ever do it. We'll figure it out.
I want to do that.
And maybe make it available to Patreon only or something. And then you'll be able to see all the fuck ups live.
Wait just a minute, Merle. You're claiming that that's your idea?
100%.
So when we do it, you know who to thank.
Thank you, Kelly.
Lisa says her concealer now settles into her laugh lines, and it looks like she has an old lady filter on at all times.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, yeah. I hear you. Wait, Lancome Taint Idol Ultra Wear. I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I've heard about this foundation. Maybe I should wear it too.
Taint Idol, by the way, was my least favorite Fox. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You're the new Wendy Williams.
Oh, I feel like I'm super behind on the. I gotta get into real time. But Leanne says we'll help you on the confidence. That's so nice. Thank you.
Panel show.
Yes, panel show. A hosting gig for a panel show. Okay. Oh, they've already bought the foundation. Negs on Life. Yeah, I feel like D Hunts is has become a little bit Negs on Life. He also was a little bit Negs on JMO when he said that the one about
this is not
comfortable about okay, you're on my hair.
Well, you're on.
He really put a halt to the discussion of gelato. Never again will we mention gelato around him.
I feel like there's a lot to talk about with gelato.
I know. Oh, Kevin Smith had the Widowmaker heart attack. Oh, that's good. Whenever my husband and I see someone who is not so pretty, we call them Merle, as in haggard.
Oh,
that's good.
Clever. I saw Wendy fighting with a troll.
And that's how I found out she was expecting. For a second, did you think it was our Carlos? Hello.
Hi, Carlos. Wait, did you just skip ahead? What happened?
It does that by itself. Bangor. Oh my God, there's so much good stuff in here, you guys.
Why do you keep doing
I'm
this?
not doing it.
Do you know how to...
Okay, you do it.
Okay, so we got to find where we were, which was... okay, so we were here-ish. Probably got a little PTSD. Yes, I agree. Can we talk about the honey hunts with the whole... Yes. Or boys is my nightmare. I know. Okay, so here we go. Carlos enters.
Pen 15, yes, I loved it so much.
Pen 15 was great. If you haven't watched Pen 15, what are you doing with your life? Go watch it. It's great.
Oh, wait. Ray Morgan says that Dan Savage says no snuff films. Well, according to my Wikipedia, there are some.
I think it's controversial whether or not it exists, but of course it exists in some sense. It's just a question of like, is it just a film that's in someone's own hard drive, or is it something that was like released in some black market theatrical something or other? You know what I mean? But of course there's movies of people being murdered. I mean, come on. I've seen them.
Wait, go back. Sarah says, honestly, the best investment I've ever made in my face is Botox every 4 months.
I'm going to start getting Botox.
Yeah, I know that they have like,
look
you get like a Botox brow lift.
Get rid of that. Just
I
smooth
know
that shit up. Boop. Just like, bing.
But I had someone on the show recently, and the entire time she talked, nothing moved from her eyebrows up, and it bummed me out.
Yeah.
I need some eyebrow movement. Okay. I am happy that James Gunn got his job back.
James Gunn, yeah, seriously. That was such a ridiculous.
Amanda Scharfenberg says Chihuahuas are territorial. Yes, that occurred to me because on, what's that show with that guy? On Cesar Millan, oftentimes the Chihuahuas they show on that show are territorial. Although that is sort of there's a flaw in that thinking because, of course, any dog they show on that any dog they show on that show has a problem. Okay, hang on, Mr. Speedy. Okay, now you go. Just go a little slowly.
More fucking shelter talk.
Lisa says she's potty training the baby she watches and she's getting it so quick, better than my own kids. Lisa, how old is she? Because I'm wondering what the right age to start is, although also I've heard that it sort of has less to do with age and more with signs the kid shows that they're getting ready. Oh my gosh, Becky, we're on the same wave. You were on my wavelength a while before. I think he's getting close to wanting to be potty trained. The tell is that they don't like the feel of dirty diapers anymore. That is my hope. Claire doesn't have a microwave.
Claire.
Daniel didn't have a microwave until I came into his life.
It's great not having one.
Well, no, that's not true. You had one with your ex, right? And then
yeah, the place came with it. We didn't.
Oh, I thought that she had taken it when you guys split up.
No.
Did you ever use it?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you have one, you use it. It's just when you don't have one, you're forced to do other things, and it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pod shed. Okay, the pod shed is still filled with Ray's stuff.
Fucking Ray's shit.
So we just I need to get furniture for it. We need to get Ray's shit out of there. They need to do some painting inside. I need to figure out that's actually, if you guys would like to weigh in, I'm trying to figure out what it should look like on the inside. There's a number of decisions that need to be made. And you know how I am with decisions, but given the idea that I would like to eventually do video in there, I'm trying to figure out what it should look like on the inside. I already know what I want it to look like on the outside. I want it to be white and the door and the shutters to be light blue. However, did you say that really matters to them?
Yeah. Well, they're not going to see the outside when we're recording. It's all about the inside.
That was my point, is I don't know what I want the inside to look like.
Hi, this is the cute stuff over here.
Oh.
Look at this little guy. Look at his little nose and the little fingers. Hi. Say hi.
Oh, someone's husband is trying to do a kite cam, which is like a drone. Oh, I forgot I was wearing mascara.
Oh, we can have like a drone shot that comes from outside in the front door and then to the table.
I did it again. I lost. Oh, here. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Gelato. Burgers.
Yeah, J-Mo and Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
He's negs on J-Mo's.
Oh, Nina is obsessed with Game of Thrones. And one of the winter is coming. Yay. I have
when
so
does it
many.
Come back?
Couple weeks, like 2 weeks. I have so many predictions.
Sarah.
And I don't think I'm going to be able to get them out there. Maybe I'll post them on my Watching Hour Twitter for anyone who who gives a shit about my Game of Thrones predictions.
Sarah, I do want your recommendation. Less for Botox, although I am interested in that, but I want to get a laser treatment for these dark spots, and I don't know where to go. Okay.
Let's see. Labs are the best. They're great. I know they're smart. They're wonderful. They're loving. Oh, Mr. Fussman. Fussel Crow over here.
Oh, that's good. Oh no, I did it again. I feel like I was closing in though. Oh wait, here. Yeah. Okay. I think you guys, I'm almost caught up.
Okay.
Oh no, Ray Morgan's girl was afraid of peeing on the toilet or the turlet, which I love. We have noticed that you have a Black Lodge style pod shed, and I love that. That's what Daniel would want.
It's fucking spectacular, actually.
Lisa, you have betrayed me with your view on microwaves.
I know, Lisa. It's better if you. I'm telling you. Daniel's
BBL laser.
Wait, I don't get it. Daniel's copy and paste. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I should try to get best selling. I guess
about me. Fucking, who cares about your concealer?
It's not concealer. It's a laser treatment.
Kelly, what are you referring to? Daniel's copy and paste. Oh, Mister.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm caught up.
Okay.
Do I need some kind of triumphant sound. Okay.
Oh, Mister, do you need
It's amusing that I turned to this to see if I have a song that goes with this. You'd think I would know what I have, but I don't. What would be a triumphant? Well, this isn't going to work, but Okay. Ooh, I want to join your Botox date, you guys. Not really. Wait, do you get the numbing stuff ahead of time? And how long do you sit with it on? Because I have numbing cream that I used on some of the more scary IVF shots. But that, to really numb, you got to leave it on for 2 hours. And I've heard of places where like you just leave it on for like half an hour, and I'm wondering, does that really numb it or does it just take the edge off? Hooray for You is the right triumphant song, Leanne. Maybe I'll play that one. Wait, Sarah, you don't do numbing at all. Does it hurt or no? Doesn't hurt. Really? It's probably more the idea than the actual. Wait, do most people not do numbing for Botox? Okay. Let's play Hooray for You because I am all caught up. Wait, Mike, you guys are too interesting.
I see that you've done something that I really want to do, and hooray for you. And now you're getting kudos while I sit here getting screwed. Hooray for you. I am so very happy that this fortune came your way. I didn't mean to say you don't deserve to have your day. However, you'll forgive me if I feel compelled to say hooray for you.
Okay. Nina Hartley says she did microdermabrasion several times. Yes, I'm wondering if that works well. Sarah says she does a little pinch of the skin to numb. Yes, I noticed that when I would do the IVF shots in my stomach, at first I would ice, but then I realized if I just like slapped the area a few times instead of icing, it worked just as well, which is weird. And I think it's because can't nerves get like easily overloaded or something? So if they're already feeling one sensation, they can't feel, I don't know. The numbing cream would take longer to be effective than the Botox process is altogether. Yeah. Ray says he'll just be wrinkly. That's your choice, Ray, if you don't want to join this Botox date. Can you tease any future guests? Will Allie or Greg return sometime soon? Actually, yes, Allie Ward will be on this week's Thursday show. And then I've got Shane Dawson coming up on Monday. Who else do I have? Oh my God, I'm blanking. Do you guys know who David Burtka is? He is Neil Patrick Harris's husband. And I was pitched him, he's a chef and he's got a cookbook coming out. And they pitched him to me. And I looked into it and I'm like, oh, he looks interesting, not knowing who he was. And then I was like, yeah, let's set up a time to have him come on the show. And then I found out he was Neil Patrick Harris's husband. And I was so surprised that his publicist and all the press materials didn't mention that. And I feel like that was a very conscious choice, which I actually respect. But I'm surprised because I feel like, I mean, I said yes to having him on the show even without knowing, but especially now knowing, I'm like, anyway. Okay. Can you ask Allie about her boyfriend and her house? Yes, I can.
Did she buy a house?
She did buy a house. She's not into it yet.
She doesn't like it yet?
No, she has not fully moved in as far as I know. Leanne says some of my former students who are just graduated are huge Shane Dawson fans. It's weird knowing who they're talking about. I know. Okay, who else do I have coming on?
I was looking at the
I have Gabe Liedman, who's one of the writers and producers of Pen 15, whom I wanted to have on for a long time. I'm excited about that. He's the one who all of his social media stuff, he always at the end writes send, which is very funny, but I feel like you got to allow those extra 4 characters.
That's funny, though.
Lisa, I think it is Cookie Dough Guy.
I think so.
I don't know all the details about that. I just know they've been together a long time, and it's up and down, but it's been like pretty good for a while.
I don't think he's terrible. Oh, but I didn't.
Carolyn Goldfarb is funny. I should. Yes, I should.
Megan. Yes, it is perfect. The other two is we're halfway through that. That's pretty good too. Not on the level of 10-15, but it's so far I like it.
Yes, I keep falling asleep, but I like it too. You guys, I think the guy is this guy that we're all talking about. But apparently things are a lot better. I don't know. I'm actually because she sort of didn't post about him much, but it seems like there's been more posts about him lately. Can we talk about Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? Lisa says I hear a cricket. Just me. It's Elliot Swing. Owen. I'm my mom, you guys. I'll be like Elliot, Wendy, Owen. I can't remember who I'm talking to. That was weird.
What?
It flickered for a second, or I'm seeing things. Okay, question for people who watch Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. How are you feeling about this season? Because I have thoughts. I think, Megan, you're the one who turned me on to Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Oh, Claire says she's sad that it's almost done. I have definitely not enjoyed this season as much, although the last 2 episodes of this season have turned me around, and now I'm like fairly engrossed again. But in general, I feel that this season has not been as strong as the others. When you have Shane on, do your numbers spike? I know there was one time where I'm like, here it comes, all the numbers, and there was no spike, which was really weird to me. And I decided it was because YouTubers, I think people who are like someone who's super into YouTube might not follow and listen to an audio thing.
Why hasn't this one been on Shane's YouTube channel? She won't tell me.
Did someone ask that, or you're asking that? I'm not a YouTuber, but I have
21 million subscribers.
I'm sure he would let me if I wanted to. Well, he does different. He's not really. He's doing different things now.
You should be like his right-hand person. You guys vibe. You know, you're a natural. Look at you. Look at that face. That's made for YouTube stardom right there.
No, not with this guy.
Well, that's going away after the surgery.
This is going nowhere.
Can you get neck Botox just for this horrifying thing that keeps me awake at night?
Yeah, I think I will this time, Kelly, because there's a lot of scandal swirling around him.
I mean, all I'm going to say is my fucking heart goes out to Shane, what he's been dealing with.
He talks about it on the show. Like it's
crazy.
Oh, Sarah, you're a YouTube fan and podcast. You're in the center of that Venn diagram. Allison, have you watched I'm Sorry or the other two? We are watching the other two right now. It is very funny.
The other two is good. What's I'm Sorry? Oh,
yeah, we have. I like that. I like that show too. I think I was more into it than Daniel was.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's good.
Wait, neck Botox makes the jawline look amazing? This jawline?
Yeah, look at this. Needs a little Botox.
Does this look natural, you guys? I just scared I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I just did that, you guys. That was horrifying. Just saw an ad right now for a cream for crepey skin. Would it work on crepe paper? I'm not even sure it would work on crepey skin, to be honest. Maybe it would, though. Leanne Ward says, I only know about the scandal from those students of mine. So weird. I'm too old to be up on that kind of stuff. Well, I am too, a little bit. And I only knew about it because I saw like a tweet or something. And I didn't. Thank you. Kelly thinks that face I made was very natural. Kelly, I just could never really feel comfortable with the baby wearing with Elliot. Although I tried, and Daniel actually wore Elliot quite a bit. But I've started so much earlier with Owen, and I'm happy to say it's actually working. We're all old, you guys.
Oh, so fucking old.
I was thinking about it. Like, I always thought, like, oh, well, I have some high schoolers who listen to me, but those high schoolers are probably not high schoolers anymore.
You got no one young.
That's so not true. I still have young people write in.
You got like the Fox News demo. No offense.
That is not true.
I'm just kidding. Owen is quiet. I know
He's asleep right now, right?
No, he is in his swing. Got a pacifier in his mouth. They're adjusting.
How are they adjusting as siblings? Well, that's part of what I started at the beginning, just feeling like I'm like failing at being a mom of 2 kids.
I think Elliot's fine. She thinks I don't think he's having a problem at all. I think he's doing great.
He hit Owen. I don't think
no,
that's
but I mean,
great.
he was frustrated with you. That wasn't him. I don't think that was him. Like,
Leanne, do tell them thank you. I was in the chair, the rocking chair with Owen, and Ray called, and Daniel. He called Daniel, and then Daniel's like, "Oh, it's Ray," and he puts me on. So now I'm holding the phone and I have Owen, and then Daniel goes out of the room to run a bath for Elliot, and Elliot comes up and he wants to get in the chair, and I don't have a hand to pull him into the chair, and plus it takes me 2 arms to get him into the chair. So I say, "Not right now, honey." And then Ray's like, "You coddle him. You coddle that boy. He's a good man." I'm like, "He's a good man? He's 2, Ray." And so then Elliot like bops Owen on the head lightly. And I say, "No, Elliot." And I'm like still talking, trying to get off the phone. But I should have just been like, "I can't talk right now." And then he does it again a little harder. And I'm like, "Elliot, no." And then now Owen starts fussing. And then he just whomps him on the head. And then Owen is full on crying.
Normal too.
And then I'm like, "I got to go." And I hang up. And then I started crying later because I felt so, by the way, I talk about this on Childish. I felt so guilty. I felt like, how did I let that happen? He was ramping up. I should have realized it. I felt so bad. And I felt so angry at Elliot too. And I've never been angry at him like that. And then I felt guilty for that because like he's just a baby too. And
it's fine. I've noticed Owen's been a little slow since then, but otherwise it's fine.
No, not Ray Morgan. Ray Oldhofer. Okay. Yes, Leanne, everyone tell your youngins about the episode with Shane. Oh, Watchtower 96 started, that's Scott, I believe, started listening in his senior year of high school.
That's awesome. We need to do more outreach to high school. Get them while they're young.
Yes, I agree with you, Claire. Okay. Oh my God, I'm not taking parenting advice from Ray. There's a number of times that we've had to say like, "Ray, you're freaking him out," because Ray just doesn't.
He just yells at kids and then wonders why they back away from him.
Although now Elliot and Ray seem to have like a fine little relationship.
Yeah, Ray's stopped yelling at him.
He keeps accusing us of coddling Elliot, and I think when we talk to Elliot in the voice you use to talk to a kid, which is like a little gentler and a little more enthusiastic, Ray thinks that's coddling. I don't know how he thinks you're supposed to talk to a kid. Just yell at them?
I don't know what his idea of parenting is. Whatever it is, I'm not doing it.
No, we're going to go the opposite. Does this look natural? Or what if I was just
Elizabeth Holmes? You got Elizabeth Holmes look going on. Open your eyes wider. Oh, you know what? If you had blonde hair,
I told people that
if you had blonde hair, you could do an Elizabeth Holmes impression. She had the bottom lip thing going on too.
Did you guys watch that Out for Blood in Silicon Valley? Pretty crazy.
She's like engaged right now. She's facing potential jail time. Have who on Childish?
Ray? That'd be hilarious.
Good Lord, no.
I saw a funny tweet. There was a headline that said something like, Elizabeth Holmes is engaged. Find out what we know about her fiance, or like, what are the things we know about her fiance? And then someone retweeted it and wrote, he doesn't know how to use Google. She does have a weird voice, and people say that the voice.
I don't think it's fake.
Yeah, I don't really either. But there's people that think it might be fake.
Yeah, I don't know. She might be like autistic or something. Like there's something
sociopathic about her.
Yeah, but I don't think she's I don't know. I don't get the sense that she's like your typical kind of con artist. I think she was someone who um
Thank you, Amanda. I feel like it's the way the light's hitting it, but thank you.
I think she got caught up in something that she didn't want to not be true.
Okay, well, that was my question. My question is, okay, let me back up. If any of you need to have any blood drawn, watch the Elizabeth Holmes documentary or just be conversant with it because it gives you great small talk with the person drawing your blood.
Megan.
So I had to have a blood test last week. And I was like, oh, have you seen that Elizabeth Holmes documentary?
Oh, interesting, Claire. So maybe she did put it on. Yeah, clearly she was trying very hard to fit an image that she had in her mind of like a female Steve Jobs or whatever, and it involved the look, and it involved not blinking, and
she claims that she wore turtlenecks since she was 7 or something.
Well, she might have had that since she was 7. Who the fuck knows? But like, she definitely she was cast. She had cast herself in that role.
Yeah.
So how much of it was artifice? How much of it was authentic? I don't know. But she, I think that there is this like fantasy about people who are really successful, you know, and failure, and just pushing through failure to success. And she allowed that to, that belief that she will find the solution and that it will make up for all of the failure. That
is that what the documentary suggests? Or is that just
it's hinted at the beginning. It doesn't really explore it, but I think that like I was at a company where that happened, and the CEO was hiding. You know,
oh, this is interesting. And Daniel really liked the CEO.
I liked the CEO.
And
I don't know. I don't want to get into too much detail just because it's boring. But like, and it's
that has
a long
never
story.
stopped. That's never stopped me.
It's a long story, but basically, like, he had a vision for a company, and the company, as it was losing a lot of money, talking like $20 to $40 million, and he hid those losses with the idea that the moves he was making and the vision he had would be so profitable that he'd end up being able to backfill those losses, and it wouldn't matter that so he was like trying to like skate over those losses until the win came. But the problem is that you can't, because you need cash flow. And eventually it caught up with him, and the company crashed and completely went belly up, and everybody lost their jobs, and it was a huge disaster. But it was this notion of like, and fake
it.
There's a but I think that, I don't know how to put it. There's a fantasy about leadership.
Yeah.
And like really visionary leaders, people who he was like her, in that he fancied himself a really visionary leader.
But also, isn't there a fantasy about the end not a fantasy, a belief that the end justifies the means. So if you're a visionary, you have these little bumps and setbacks.
It's like stories, like you've heard of the guy, or, you know, usually it's a guy who, you know, they had all these failures, but they just pushed through, and then they became hugely successful. And it's like the hugely successful part of it is great in those instances, except it's a fantasy in your case. It's like you're holding on to this belief that something will happen there's no indicator that it's actually going to happen. And in the meantime, you're being extremely irresponsible, and you're taking a lot of people along on your fantasy, who are then going to lose their jobs and maybe even money and stuff like that. So it's I don't know. There's a lot of fantasies that I think are harmful. That's one of them. The other one is like the artist who must be really successful at, you know, or the director who must be really successful at 22 because fucking Steven Spielberg was. And we can't take seriously like more seasoned artists. I'm just talking now. Who gives a shit? Let's talk about dogs.
I'm gonna have to check out this off book.
Hi.
And Megan says,
Hi.
like what you're saying, I think
Hi.
the story of Steve
Hi.
Jobs did a disservice to a lot of CEOs who believed because of him that the impossible.
And
was
by the way,
possible. I think so too. And
it's
so,
a myth. These stories, like Steve Jobs and Steven Spielberg, they're myths. They're not even real.
Yeah.
That's not even the real story. So they buy into these stories thinking that that's going to happen to them or they're going to be that guy when that guy wasn't even that guy.
I had something to say a second ago, and I have lost it. I've lost this thing I had to say.
All I'm saying is
Daniel's
reality is not as sexy, and people don't want to be the reality. A lot of people don't want to be the reality. They want to be the sexy. Not everyone can be me, guys.
Oh,
What?
Rafi is listening to Good One. I downloaded an episode of Good One, but I haven't listened to it yet.
Good One. Is that
It's where they go like behind the scenes about a joke.
but is it what's her name?
Tig?
Tig?
No.
Oh.
Sorry, you guys. I was scratching I was making an annoying sound over here.
Okay, it's 1 o'clock. It's a little early. Are we on the afternoon program now? Every 2 hours?
You guys, it is around that time where I must take my leave of you and do my Sunday things, which is just what carried over from Saturday. It's just this never-ending to-do list.
You guys want to see one last view of Kurt Fussell?
Kurt Fussell. Oh. Hi,
There he is. It's little sweetie.
Oh. Oh.
I think he might want some food.
Okay.
You want to hold him while I make a bottle?
Yeah. Hey, it's okay, honey. Oh, it's okay. Oh, I know. Oh, oh, the lip. Ah! Nina has to make Cornish hens. That is a fancy thing to do. Okay. Are you guys going to get a new P.O. box for fans to send stuff? Oh, it's okay.
Oh.
Oh, it's okay. Well, we still have our old P.O. box, I think, for like another 6 months, and then I'll probably get a local one. But right now, the old P.O. box works. But thank you. Hi, it's okay, baby. Oh. Usually when I'm trying to soothe him, I do a lot more moving around. Okay. More babies. You should have another baby.
Fuck no.
No, not me. Lisa said she wants more babies, and I said she should have another baby. Ray would say I'm coddling this. You're treating this baby like a baby. I know. You are hungry. Oh, it's okay.
Okay, Mr. Man, say goodbye to the lovely people. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right. I am going to thank you guys for spending part of your Sunday with me. I hope you have fun the rest of the day. My nose is itchy. I started thinking today about how if my nose is running, I'll just be like that while talking to someone. And then I started thinking, it's kind of gross, actually. You're just like, hey, I'm going to rub snot on my hand. What is the socially appropriate way to deal with a runny nose when you're talking to someone? Who had layoffs? What's going on? Oh. Oh, that sucks, Claire, but I'm glad that you're okay. Okay. The end of your long sleep. That's what I use. Snuff it in. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you can feel the drippiness exit, Anyway, okay. All right. The closing song is what I'm looking for. Okay.
Hey, do you know about the Alison Rosen show? We had a good time, but now we gotta go.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Amanda. Bye, Sarah. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Ray.
Alison Rosen.
Bye, Claire. Bye, Kelly. If you type, I'll say your name. Bye, Tim. Wait, how do we say goodbye in German? Bye, Ray. Oh my God, Lisa, I've had a runny nose during a manicure, and I've had to do the that thing. Bye, Becky. I hope you feel better. Thank you, Sarah. Bye, Nina. Bye, Whitney. See you next time. Alison Rosen Show. Oh, I don't know that I think I did know that Auf Wiedersehen is spelled that way, but in my head it's spelled a different way. And I don't know how to say tschüss, but I like it. Timothy, my friend, tschüss. Tschüss. That's fun. Tschüss. My friend Dustin, aforementioned Dustin, is fluent in German. It's a fun fact. Tschüss, you guys. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye. Okay, bye. I love you guys. You're the best. Goodbye. I am still here. Still me.